5x5 is the premise of having 5 curators, each bring in 5 artists. The context of bringing art monuments into a bigger discourse in DC of public art is quite important. I was really excited to be one of the curators for 5x5, and the challenge and mission I gave to the artists was to design a monument, a phrase coined by Gordon Motta Clark, and it was for them to create in the city of monuments a temporary one that never would receive funding or approvals. So we have projects on human trafficking, development and gentrification, immigration, incarceration rate. Cameron Hawkinson was one of my graduate students. When he did his research, he noticed how much rapid growth was happening in DC. It's like boom town here. And so he's created this giant bird condo, because actually birds like to habitate in clusters like that. So he's put birdseed in there to attract them so that there's a swarming performance piece over the site. But realistically, it's a piece also about displacement, because as you put a home in place, which these bird condos are, since it's a temporary project, it will be removed in a month. Those birds, like many of the residents in this neighborhood, are being displaced based on typical issues of gentrification.
I think DC is a very appropriate city for this to happen. It's going through gentrification. The demographics are changing rapidly. This was an opportunity to reevaluate or reimagine the Black male image. When I first saw Stan's work, he worked with they're called the Carbon series. He has blackened his figures, and then he repaints them with acrylic paint once he creates the photograph. And his work deals with the struggles. A lot of them are Black men and also Black women, but he puts them in different situations and in different contexts. This particular aspect of the series deals with the struggles of Black men. And I thought this was one of the best representations of that series, and will look well when it's large scale. It's creating dialogue, it's raising curiosity, it's making people ponder things in new ways.
It's a really wonderful opportunity to show not only Washingtonians but visitors that there's really a lot more to Washington DC than the monumental core. For my suite of projects, I came up with the title and curatorial premise of Homeland. This work is by artist Kota Izawa. Kota is a San Francisco-based artist, and for 5x5 he's created this work entitled Handboat. And the work is really can be seen as a monument to the people and a symbol of collective governance. And Kota and I quite liked that could also be seen as a sort of tongue-in-cheek gesture about the district's lack of voting representation. I think it makes really everyone stop and think about what is home and what is homeland and what does that mean to them.
Public art, of course, is one way of bringing art to the streets, but the question is, how do you do it? How do you elevate the dialogue of public art within the art world? I'm not a curator or even an individual that is fond of political art or social practice art, because all too often it becomes more about politics or about discourse. But what I am interested in as a curator is trying to engage the audience and the artists in a way that opens up a dialogue.